I'm DaDa.
Hi, I'm Riley.
And thank you for joining us for another Vlogging with DaDa and Riley. This is our kind of Philly Brickfest recap, review, whatever you want to call it. What did you think of Philly Brickfest, Riley, before you go?
I loved it.
She loved it. So you would say they, did they meet your expectations, exceed your expectations, or fell short of your expectations? You know what
I don't know.
Expectation means? It means like, what did you expect? Did you expect to have that much fun? You did. Okay, and they came through, right? Yes, they did. I would say for me, obviously Riley is somewhat psychic and knows that she was going to have that much fun. I couldn't imagine that it was going to be that fun, and what a good time it was. They totally exceeded my expectations. I just want to say thanks to Chad once again, the Philly Brickfest crew, Clutch, Carter, and everybody else that I didn't get a chance to meet. I think everybody did a great job. Thanks for TuBlog for being there and let me be part of your group. TuBlog? Say it.
No.
Say it one more time.
I did.
You did it? Okay. Well, can I get another TuBlog? No, I guess not. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, yeah, no, it's great being part of the group. So let's start with what, you know, the road trip is a road trip. It was about 7.5 hours for us. So, you know, that was a little tough, but thanks to Mama giving the baby attention in the back seat, we were able to have a pretty pleasant drive in. When we got there, yeah, big warm welcome from Martin from TMF Brick Notes, gave me a big hug. First person I met in the hallways was Harold from No More Bricks, and it was great seeing his familiar face. I also was like texting him, his phone had died, and I'm like, as soon as I got in the hotel room, I realized that they were in the Expo Center. I'm like, where's the Expo Center? How do I get there? And all that stuff. And then I met Tim and Shelly from Bricks in the Tank. Bricks in the Tank. But that was right off. And then the next person I met was Bricks for Chris. And then Modern Brick. And then I'm trying to think who else was there the first night. Of course, Harold had pretty much had his whole display set up. But it was just, as a fan, it was just awesome to be there. You know, I've watched a lot of these people on YouTube for so long, and there's so much about each one that I like. And to be able to be there, share their mocks with them, it was just unbelievable. And it's also, you don't really get quite the picture when you see a mock in person. It's a different thing. There's so many mocks I could say that about when I was like, wow, seeing it in person is way better than just seeing it on YouTube or on Instagram. So that was pretty much my first night. It was setting up. It was more, I was like a fan there, a fan of Philly Brickfest. I watched it on Brick Adjuster's channel the year before. Kind of helped me decide to go because it looked like it was a lot of fun. Oh yeah, we got our Philly Brickfest shirts on. Whoop whoop. Anyway, yeah. Oop, you jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. But anyway, so just to be there and to be doing everything, setting up, just seeing all the crew set up and everything, it was a fan experience for me. So once again, definitely a fan experience. All the great YouTubers, just the event itself, it was very just kind of like, wow, I'm really here. Then it came into more of getting to know everybody, looking at the whole, in which I didn't really even get a chance to see the whole display, everybody's display. There's stuff that I missed just because there's so much going on, so many great people to talk to, so many great things to look at, that it was hard to actually see it all. Yeah. So that was pretty much the next day. And the next day is more hanging out and more getting to know each other, starting to do crazy events, build challenges, racing challenges. They had Blast the minifig, which I didn't even know what that was until Big B actually told me to go over, and I won a Obi-Wan Kenobi Star Wars Lego minifigure.
It's actually this like a figure.
Yeah, it's like a figure. I don't know what you would call this, like a Technic build, or it's kind of like
something
like
bigger than Lego.
Bigger than, yeah, definitely not minifigure size. But anyway, Big B told me to go over there and try it out, and it was just a Nerf gun and shooting down minifigures. Really fun. Yeah, you like that too, because you love shooting down.
I own it. It was like, this is the minifigure. I was like, psh, and like I almost hit it.
Yeah, almost. So there was a lot of fun events and that kind of stuff. But then it comes up to the public part, and when it got to that part that morning, I was so tired from just being there and being so excited, and it was hard to get sleep. Yeah, it was. So then it came to the public part, and I was almost like, oh, do I even want to be doing this? You know, I don't even know what to expect. And oh my God, you know, once again, thank goodness that I did do it. That was such a great experience, because it turns around, you know, like I said, the first couple days for me, especially being my first time there, first time meeting a lot of Two Blood members and everything, it was more. Thank you. It was just more like you're the star now. Like it was dealing with the public, but it wasn't dealing with the average public. Everybody there obviously has somewhat like for Lego or a love for Lego, or someone in their family does. So they, you know, at least trying to give it a chance, I want to say. And then further upon that, people didn't want to talk. If people were coming by my display and they were looking a little bit harder than, you know, just walking by quickly, I would just say, how you doing? So that way they know I was there to basically talk. And I love talking about Lego. That's why my vlogs.
He's like, how you doing? This is how I build it. I can take this top off if you want.
I was showing people the inside, because most of my the best work is on the inside of the buildings, which I was worried about how that was going to work out and how I was going to be able to display that, just due to the fact that, you know, the public is a few feet away, which is good because there's a lot of little kids that like to, you know, they want to play with the Lego and all that stuff. So it works out in the end, but I was wondering how my inner details was going to work out with the public being so far away, and it worked out really good. I put some of my buildings on like a slant, on an angle, so they could see inside of it better. I was taking off, I left the top off the Jam Factory. I was constantly taking the second floor off the Jam Factory, showing them inside, especially once again, if they were showing interest, they said that was really cool. So yeah, every time, like, I guess I want to thank the people of Philadelphia for giving us such a warm welcome. Philly? You know, it was really great to get all that positive feedback, you know, all the smiles. Even if it was just smiles, you know, a lot of people were saying good job. Or if it was just someone coming up and snapping a photo, that, you know, whatever I built made enough impression to, you know, waste that space on their phone. Or maybe I have to show it to, you know, one of my friends or someone who, you know, like the empty mug, maybe they know a bartender or something they wanted to share that with.
Or maybe they have a friend that they want to show it with.
Right, exactly. But my mugs being more detailed, oriented on the inside, it seemed to kind of have more, the adults were appreciating them a little bit more, where like the younger kids, they're drawn to the really big skyscrapers. And basically, people are drawn to what they can relate to too. Like a lot of the adults, like a lot of the kids would look at the bars on the window of the bar, the empty mug, and they would like, look, a prison. And then the parents would look at it for a minute, and then they realized what it was, and a lot of them, I got a lot of smiles, and like, no, that's not a prison, you know, but they can identify it because they are, you know, everybody has been in a bar. Also, due to the area, the barn and the farm scene that I had laid out was really popular as well, and that's because I did notice on the way back home how many barns and farms there really were in that area. So,
and they had, what is that?
A harvest store. We saw our first real life harvest store. Obviously they exist and all that stuff, but we've never seen them in real life. But they had a few on the way back that we've noticed that weren't silos. They were actually harvest stores. But the Subway went over really good because a lot of people have eaten at a Subway. So
they're like, look at Subway, look at Subway.
Right. So it was so awesome to be basically spotlighted, you know, and not dealing with the average public, but be dealing with people that either, you know, are curious or just have a love for Lego. There's, you know, you had everybody from, you know, nonchalant fans to really hardcore Lego lovers there. And it was great to be recognized. So just basically, it was just a really awesome experience. I'm so glad we went. The surprising thing is Mama Nurse or Samantha, she had such a great time that she suggested that we go back next year. She's also going to start building, which is another good thing.
But she's building a hospital.
I don't know if she wants us to share. Anyway, yeah, she's got a couple ideas for some mocks. I don't know if she wants us to share or if she wants everybody to be surprised next year at Philly Brick Fest. And I doubt if I don't even know, she has an Instagram, but I don't know if she'll be even sharing anything. But anyway.
I know she has an Instagram.
Yeah, oh, she does? Yeah, she does. Well, then she follows us.
Oh, she doesn't follow anyone.
But I don't think she's like going to actually start posting. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But anyway, and speaking of great experiences, once again in the fan part, the first couple days, I was able to meet Jason from the Brick Show. Really awesome to meet him. The Brick Show.
The Brick Show.
The Brick Show. But anyway, it was so just cool to meet those guys. And then I was talking to Joey over at Maniac for Bricks. He was able to show up, which he wasn't going to go either, and was able to make it, which was awesome to meet him. But Bricks for Chris had the baby and was walking around with baby Georgiana. And I was like talking to Joey, and I'm like, hey Joey, right now the Brick Show is talking to my baby. I gotta go and see what's going on. So I went over there, and I was actually able to share my whole display with Jason, so that was really cool as well. And then
I talked a lot.
Well, then we got, from that, we actually got on the Brick Show live stream from talking to him there. So that was just, talk about being on the spotlight.
I didn't want to be on the stage.
You didn't, or you did?
I did.
You did, okay. I mean, those guys, you know, they really work hard at what they do, and obviously they have a big following and are really popular. But so they run on this really professional display. They had this stage. They're live streaming live from the show, and they had this huge stage, and you walk up, and there's huge, and there's all these lights, and I'm just trying to figure out where the camera was, and he's got like 3 different laptops. They all got the picture on it. And I'm just like, it was kind of overwhelming, right? A little bit. No, not for her. She's like a pro. She doesn't care. Me, on the other hand, I was a little nervous. I've watched those guys for so long. It was just so cool to be actually part of the Brick Show. But we got to show our Lego subway, which was really cool. Subway, and then I actually got to meet Steven as well. Hoping to maybe talk to him a little bit more at the next show, or at the next Philadelphia Brick Fest, because I got to talk to Jason more than I did
the Nick Show.
The Nick?
Yeah, he said the Nick Show.
Oh, the Brick Show. Did I say the Nick Show? Yeah. Is that like Nick from Brick Adjuster? Or?
Oh, you said the Nick Show.
But anyway, yeah, hopefully next year I'll be able to meet Steven. Like I said, I got to talk to Jason more this year. But just big fans of what they do, and like doing this small display. I mean, how hard you have to work to be like the guys at the Brick Show, how much effort goes into it, how much effort goes into Philly Brick Fest. As I was going out, you know, I thank Chad, just, you know, thanks for putting this on, bringing us all together. You know, he's, you know, humble, and he's just got a good attitude, and it was just like, oh no, it's all you guys, and it's, you know, it's a lot. We do, you know, we had to do a lot to get there, but it was just great to everybody can get together and have such a great time. And so obviously you thank the big guys that were there, and as well as all the vendors that were there too. I got to meet and buy stuff and see the displays in person of fans. I'm a big fan of custom printed tiles, and to meet the guys from.
I really like those. Oh, I want to show one.
Yeah, get one. So to meet Citizen Brick, to meet the crew at Eclipse Graphics, to meet Minifig FX. Yeah, this is one we got from Minifig FX, and that is.
What's the type?
Brickers instead of Snickers.
It says Snickers, Brickers.
So we got a lot of custom tiles, a lot of good stuff. We're really excited to meet everybody. And speaking of me, I got to meet Wes over at Bricks Anywhere. They've helped me out. They basically hooked us up with all the blue windows, or trans blue panels is actually what they're called, a long time ago. And meeting him was really cool too. And then they helped us out with a modern house. I was missing black plates, and his, I believe it's his brother-in-law was coming from the main base, and could bring some parts, so they hooked me up with some parts. Once again, a special thanks to Wes at Bricks Anywhere for doing that for me. So I'm trying to think of, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of people that I didn't mention in this video. Yeah, who was your favorite person there?
Huh?
Who was your favorite person there?
No more bricks.
No more bricks? Oh, okay. Yeah, you like Harold, don't you? Of course we like Harold. And what about
I did like that Star Wars mark. I loved Hayden.
She liked hanging out with Nick from the Brick Adjuster, his youngest son. Brick Adjuster, his youngest son Hayden. She had a lot of time running around with him, which is great because the baby's going to be walking soon. So hopefully, the baby will be chasing Riley around. The same thing that Hayden was doing. So yeah, I mean.
But Hayden kind of goes like different stuff. Georgia might not talk when she's walking. She might.
Who knows when she's gonna start talking? She's trying to talk.
She goes dad. She always says mom or dada. She's trying to say my name. She's gonna.
It's hard. It's a little bit harder than mama, dada. And that's why I just keep it mama and dada because it's easy for little babies. But anyway, yeah. And speaking of Harold from Normal Bricks, congratulations on all the Rockies. I want to say he won 3 or 4. I think with the collaboration it might have been 4. He really cleaned up there, and well deserving. His Star Wars mock is just one of those things you just don't realize how big and great it looks until you see it in person.
I really liked your mock Normal Bricks.
And Riley really liked it. We also, the Wreck-It Ralph house as well was awesome by Jeremy and Andrea from No More Bricks. Speaking of them, they're inside the bakery, and we'll show this later. The Elf Bakery. We'll show that a little bit later.
Because we have to move the camera because it's stick and all this other stuff.
But they got featured on the Brick Show, so congratulations to them for that. And it was just a great mock.
All of you, congratulations.
Everybody. Brick Revolution. It was so awesome to see his baseball stadium mock in person. Once again, it doesn't. You don't get the real view
I thought
until you see it in person.
I thought it was really funny how the Stormtrooper was sitting in that chair and he's like making a video.
Yeah, he was the camera guy. I think the Stormtrooper was the camera guy.
Why did you do that?
Great to meet Fick and Bricks, the whole Hall and Ball and crew. We got to meet BOT on the second day. There's just so many people that were there. We got to meet Kelly and Drew from Kellen and Bubba Bricks. We got to meet Brick Jam, Samantha and Jamie. Rubric was there, and his awesome haunted house that also won an award.
Samantha's a rare name, that's why.
Samantha's a rare name?
And Riley. It's like, so we're in the swimming pool, it's like, Riley. And we're at the park, Riley.
Yeah.
We're at the park, Riley.
It's a common name, not a rare name then. It's common, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome to meet Bricks for Chris.
Bricks up!
Well, Brickstar, we got to meet Brickstar as well. And his son, they might be Bricks. Of course, Bricksmith, Howie from Howie Stuff. He made an awesome, really creative mock.
Hey, guess what? Wasn't Emily one of them?
Yeah, Emily is
Little
Brick.
I know her little bit, but Tristan's like, you're so little.
Because her name's Little Brick.
And they were like, you're so little. I'm not little. And I said, Hayden's Little Brick. If he could talk, maybe he would be like that.
Mm-hmm. But Howie's mock, he made a mock of a minifigure Bricksmith, and they had a little control panel that the actual minifigure set inside. So just those kind of ideas in different. I really like how he comes up with some really different stuff sometimes. So I like it when he builds. Anyway, just once again, I'm sure I'm missing a million people that I didn't mention in this video. The T-Falls, Brick Lover 18, Matt from Extreme Bricks. Ocean Brickfire.
Mention some of these.
Yeah. Oh, who did I mention? I already mentioned Clutch from the thing. I mentioned him. I mentioned Drew from Bubba. She's going over my steak figs that we got to put on Instagram. That's Jeremy from Port City Bricks. And I did mention them in the Wreck-It Ralph house.
How wow.
Yeah, that's Drew from Bubba Bricks. Who else is in there?
That's Vic,
Who else is in there?
Just her.
Oh wait, no, Lisa. Jamie, BRT, then him. Oh good. And and then Sean with Haley's Bricks. I don't know if he's got his own channel or not. That's one thing I didn't ask him. I know he's got his own sig fig. And then Yankee Brick Picker as well. We got to meet them and get his sig fig. So just an awesome time to be able to get. I said Brick Revolution, and I said this is Jamie from Brick Jams. I got them all. I got it covered. I think I got it covered. I'm sure. Once again, I missed it. And then the T-Falls who had parents. T-Fall. You're a K-Fall. You're a K-Fall. You're a K-Fall.
Why?
You're a kid fan of Lego. Teen is teenager. You're not there yet. But anyway,
how about R? My name is Riley.
An our fault. Riley fan of Lego. Can I talk now?
Okay.
That's right. Anyway, it was awesome to see parents there of the T-Falls, supporting their children that are not, necessarily old enough to attend these shows on their own. It was great to see the parents there supporting their kids in their love for Lego.
But anyway,
so that was Philly Brick Fest. If you build Lego and you're a fan of Lego YouTube, you really have to go to that show. I mean, there's that. If you're, if you don't really build or you don't want to share your display, but being a fan of Lego YouTube, meeting everybody that's out there is such a just awesome experience. And then displaying and sharing my MOCs with other people was just an awesome experience as well. And I was telling a lot of people I'm probably only going to do Philly, but as the family gets a little bit older and maybe easily to transport.
Let's be friends.
So as the family gets a little bit easier to transport, I'm going to maybe do other shows just because I had such a good time. And if it's like, honestly, if the shows are half as fun as Philly was, it's still worth going. You know what I mean? That's how good of a time it was. So even if these shows aren't as good as Philly Brick Fest, because one, it's their biggest one. They kind of do it really big, and I haven't heard any other reviews of shows being better than Philly Brick Fest. So I've only been to Lego Kid Fest and then Philly Brick Fest. Obviously, there's the clear winner to me is Philly Brick Fest. So if you're a fan of Lego and you like to share your MOCs, or if you're just a fan of Lego YouTube, it was just an awesome experience. I highly recommend it that you try to attend next year, or they'll be doing this the next year after that and the next year after that. So even if it takes you 2 years to plan to get out there, it was a lot of stress with the family. I hashtag Philly stress a lot because I try to put pressure on myself to get stuff done. It is a little stressful to make sure your MOCs are going to be finished, ready for display. And our channel wasn't quite ready as I would like it to be. I wanted to order a banner, which I didn't get this year, but it's something I can do next year, so it's not that big of a deal. I want to get cards. I want to get pictures to show some of the inner details of my MOCs, as well as show people. I had the modern house, which is based off of a real house, and if you see pictures of the real house versus the Lego house, you get a more of appreciation. So I was constantly showing people on my phone, maybe like next year take an iPad and have it scrolling, a photo. Hashtag iPad. To have it scrolling pictures so people can, compare the Lego house to the real house. So it was definitely, like I said, it was a lot to get us there, but it was worth everything that we did to get there. And, so much more than immediately when the show was over, we're like, well, what MOCs are we going to make? And how are we going to get it all here? We want to have a bigger display. We need a trailer. And it's like, after the show is done, we're constantly thinking about like all the trouble we're going to have to go through next year. But we want to do it because it was so great.
But yes. I like the hotel beds.
She liked Riley the first night. She wasn't feeling well. And she was like, yeah, at least I got to go to a hotel. So she's pretty satisfied with, the simple things in life.
Yeah, I really like the hotel beds.
The Lego for me, I could have spent every minute in the expo center just hanging out with everybody. So anyway, that leads to what's next for us. I know I told the Brick Show that we would have the modern house posted, a review posted in a few weeks. So I got to kind of get on the interior. The interiors aren't that hard. Sometimes there's just details that are a pain. Which I like the details, but sometimes like making stuff can be take a long process, and you're not really accomplishing a lot. and sometimes you kind of get tired of working on a mock too, as people know, and that's switched from mock to mock. And that's why I came home. I was really concentrated on the office mock because that's the next big one I want to get done. I hope to get like 2 big ones done for next year, Philly.
Because you want to be like Bricks Workers, like the big tower, right?
I would love to build a big tower. I don't think we're gonna go for the big tower in the second
but
year.
how could you reach all the way up there? A step stool.
A step stool, yeah.
Or a ladder.
Or a really tall guy. He's one of those tall guys.
Stop it!
But anyway, yeah, I don't know if I would necessarily want to go into a huge building. Looking at the office tower mock compared to the Wreck-It Ralph house and Bricks or Kiss tower, it's not even probably going to be half the size, but there's going to be a lot of inner details and stuff like that, which I'm having troubles because I want to do an elevator. I'm actually going to show you guys my mocks. I'm going to try to be on my channel a little bit more revealing, okay? Hey, Ryan, can you not hashtag everything I say? Hashtag. So going into next year, I definitely want to do the office tower mock, get that one done. There's another one I'm thinking about doing, and I don't know if I'm going to do, because it's another kind of thing that's recognizable, but it's not that cool recognizable. It's more everyday life recognizable. So I don't know if I'm going to do that one or not. I haven't ordered any parts, so I still have that decision to make where I can do it or not do it. But yeah, now I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour of the table, I guess, not even a city anymore. The junk on the table, and then the junk on this table, and the new mock that we're working on. So here's our table now. Riley gets to play with some base plates, which she didn't get to do before. She's been grabbing sig figs out of the empty mug.
Look at this. I made this whole thing.
You made that whole thing. We got our modern house sitting on the table because I have to finish it. We just have a bunch of bins and just bins down here that is just full with parts and stuff we have to sort or we're from the display. I mean, it's just literally just a mess down here. And then we've done an elf world. This is, oops, let me get this out of here, I'm sorry. This is going to be a Pegasus barn that we have our Pegasus in. We used our Star Wars mock to make a gate into the porthole. If you guys remember our elf porthole, I mean, in and out of the human world. And then we got Jeremy and Andrea from Port City Bricks working inside the elf house. Yes, they're from both from Port City Bricks.
I did not. And then he's really mad he can't get in.
Oh, there's Claude. She can't get any.
And then, do you know why I put him right there? Because he has the key.
He's got the key. That's Drew from Bubba Bricks. But we also made this little lake scene, and we got all the crystals and stuff down there.
Crystals.
Hashtag crystals. But anyway, on to what I've been working on. I got the third floor started.
We're gonna buy more colors.
This is built-in rainbow brick right now because that's how I work. Because if I didn't work this way, I wouldn't be building, and that's no fun. So I just throw out whatever brick I have. I have run out of these big plates in every color. I have like one more, so I can't do another floor right now. I'm gonna place some orders this weekend, so hopefully by next week on Instagram I'll have like the 4th floor done already. I did run into some big problems. These things are very sturdy coming off, which is good. I do have them held together. These are going to be tiled, so they'll be all held together better, and some stuff on the bottom. But I just been instead of putting it on the bottom, it's easier for me to put them on the top. But I had trouble over here making this really sturdy and be able to lift off. But I didn't want to move in the elevator because the elevator needs to slide up and down this wall. And I basically just added another plate down there, and my tower is gonna be a plate higher on every floor. Oh yeah, there's our Darth Vader printed tile from Eclipse Graphics. And this is a quick, I was on the other brick show, showing this to Big B and Zany last night, but this is the elevator shaft. And my elevator design, as you see, on a string, it can go up and down really easily, and that is due to the wheels I built. And I actually put wheels like basically like a wheel here and a wheel here and a wheel up there, and when I did that, it didn't run up and down the elevator, so I put them on the bottom, and it gives it enough space to be able to go up and down, but yet it holds it so it doesn't go sideways and get stuck. So the wheels, this design is working out pretty good so far. We're going to put some power functions and see if it actually works out. See if it actually is gonna work once I get the string on it and pulling it up and down and trying to stop it. But that's basically at the third floor. It's mostly, just the floors right now. I have been working on some minor details on the first floor, but nothing on the second or third floor yet. But now that I have a space to work in, I can start laying out, rudimentary designs and what I'm going to start to do and what kind of space do I need and those sorts of things. So I'm really excited about this mock. It's coming along, like I said, before I'm going to have the fourth floor, and then the fifth floor, and then the sixth floor. We're doing 7 or 8 floors. I'm not too sure even how many floors we're going to do. Real nervous about extending the top floor. Remember, the top floor is going to go over like this. I'm really nervous about that because it's going to be connected to this pillar, and that's it. So it's going to be a lot of Lego laying on one small structure. So I have a theory of how I'm going to do that. But we're going to actually see if my theory works. So I wanted to once again thank the collaboration group for letting me be in their group. I just built one small mock. I wanted to build 3 of the same one and put different games inside. Unfortunately, I had trouble getting purple brick and just really ran out of time. But they had an awesome display. Mike from 3 Brick Friends, I didn't mention you yet. It was so awesome to meet you and hang out with you. So glad you brought Kevin up. It was so nice to meet him in person and hang out with him as well as Kevin from Bricking It Up. Just once again, so awesome to meet everybody. And then Kim, the first person I met there in Philadelphia from NTalk.
I can do an impression for Mike.
You want to do an impression? Oh, okay. She wants to do the Chloe impression, right?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'll play some favorite fans.
We were trying to get her to do that in person, and she got nervous then. But anyway, so there's your Chloe impression. But the mocks, Mike's mock, the big top was just such an awesome mock.
It rhymes, because Mike and mock are both M's.
Kind of rhymes, all right. And then, the rides, the carousel, everything was just done so well. I'm glad I could just be part of the group, and they won the award. So I actually got a Rocky, and I...
You did?
Yeah. Well, they only had one for our whole group, so Mike's going to get tile printed, and then we're going to make our own Rocky, I guess. But still, we were part of the group that won, so it was nice that, to be involved. And once again, thanks, guys, because I had the smallest mock, and I don't know if I... necessarily fit in with that group because they all did just more work than I. But it was great to meet everybody. Once again, I'm really sorry if I didn't mention you. There's so many people, so many great people I miss, and hopefully next year there's even more people, and it's even harder to remember names because that means we'll be seeing more creations and meeting more people.
Zany Brooks wasn't there, right?
Zany Brooks could not make it, no, but he's probably going to be, I was talking to him, he's probably going to be there next year.
Hope.
Yeah, we hope. Yes, we can only hope that everybody makes it back next year. That's another thing, too.
Because some of the people got hurt or sick or something like that.
There's so many circumstances in real life that happen that are
or maybe it's too
more
long.
important or just take precedent over Lego. And we can definitely understand that as almost not going ourselves. But yeah, who knows if we'll be able to, who's going next year. Hopefully everybody that was there this year returns. I know a lot of people are going back or trying to go back. So just awesome time. But that's it. That's all we have for you. So until we do the Modern House review, which is still probably a few weeks out, or we get some progress, go follow us on Instagram if you want to follow our progress. We're at BuildingwithDaDa, Building with DaDa and Riley. So that's where we're at. Go follow us. Anything you have to say?
Yeah.
Bye.